When someone meets a new person, they might replay the conversation in their mind, wondering if they talked too much, said something awkward, or appeared strange. This happens due to several interconnected psychological and social factors. One of the main reasons behind overthinking is social anxiety and self-consciousness. Humans are social beings, and acceptance from others plays a crucial role in self-worth. When we interact with someone new, our brain subconsciously assesses whether we made a good impression. This self-monitoring mechanism, while useful in moderation, can spiral into over-analysis when a person lacks confidence or has a heightened fear of rejection. Another factor is the negativity bias, a psychological tendency where people focus more on negative experiences or possibilities than positive ones. Evolutionarily, this was a survival mechanism. Our ancestors had to be hyper-aware of potential dangers to stay alive. However, in modern social interactions, this bias makes people dwell on minor social mistakes while ignoring the overall positive aspects of the conversation. Perfectionism also plays a role in overthinking. People who set high standards for themselves often scrutinize their social interactions, fearing they didn't meet their own expectations. They may believe that even a small mistake, like stumbling over a word or pausing too long before responding, will make them look foolish. This perfectionist mindset prevents them from seeing conversations as natural and imperfect exchanges. Another significant cause is past experiences. If someone has been embarrassed or rejected before, their brain tries to prevent that from happening again by overanalyzing every detail. This is part of the brain's defense mechanism, but instead of protecting, it often creates unnecessary stress. Additionally, cognitive distortions, irrational thought patterns, contribute to overthinking. For example, a person might engage in mind reading, assuming they know what the other person is thinking about them, even when there's no real evidence. Another common distortion is, quote, catastrophizing, where they assume a minor awkward moment will have extreme negative consequences. Solutions to overthinking. The first step to stopping overthinking is recognizing that it's happening. Simply noticing when you're spiraling into excessive analysis helps break the automatic cycle. A useful technique is labeling your thoughts as just thoughts rather than facts. For example, if you think, "I probably looked stupid," remind yourself, that's just a thought, not reality. Another effective method is practicing self-compassion. Instead of being overly critical of your social interactions, treat yourself like a supportive friend. If a friend worried about saying something awkward, you'd probably reassure them that no one noticed or cared. Apply that same kindness to yourself. Mindfulness and grounding techniques help bring focus back to the present. Overthinking happens because the mind gets stuck in the past, replaying what happened. Mindfulness, such as focusing on your breathing or engaging fully in the current moment, can break this loop and reduce social anxiety. Reframing negative thoughts is another useful strategy. Instead of thinking, "I messed up that conversation," try shifting your perspective. Conversations aren't perfect. The other person probably didn't even notice. By challenging and replacing irrational beliefs, you can train your brain to be less reactive. It's also helpful to shift your focus outward, rather than inward. Overthinking often happens when people become too self-focused. Instead of worrying about how you came across, focus on the conversation itself and what the other person is saying. This naturally reduces self-consciousness and makes interactions feel more effortless. Another practical approach is exposure and experience. The more you engage in social interactions, the more you realize that small mistakes don't matter. Over time, your brain learns that no one is scrutinizing your every word or facial expression as much as you think. Lastly, letting go of control is crucial. Conversations are fluid and imperfect, and no one expects you to be flawless. Accepting that you can't control how others perceive you, but that most people are too preoccupied with their own thoughts to analyze yours, helps release the pressure. Overthinking is a habit that can be unlearned with practice. The key is to replace self-doubt with self-awareness, perfectionism with self-acceptance, and fear with confidence that small social mistakes are part of being human.